Yo, what's good, y'all? I'm back with another video. If y'all are new to the channel, I do lifestyle rearrangement content, and the topic of today's video is to preserve what you earn. It's rare if you've ever seen anyone get rich from saving, but it's definitely crucial to building your finances and or character, or in other words, discipline. Saving your money can help you feel a calm or some level of freedom. But here's the issue. It's not just about saving, it's about the love of building yourself. You have to love yourself so much that you'll hurt yourself mentally if you don't use your full potential. You have to want it, because saving doesn't just build you a safety net, it builds your character, relationship with God, and your resilience, the ability to fight your resilience, or in other words, the ability to fight ungodly temptations. Choose what you want more. You have to make a very conscious decision, right? Would you rather save, build your character, your relationship with God, your money, your resilience to ungodly temptations? Or would you rather spend your money, lose out on the chance to strengthen your relationship with God, your discipline, and things of that nature? I'll cut to the chase right now. Saving is not going to make you rich. But saving can make you rich depending on what you do with it, what you do with your money after you're finished saving. But it's a certain way I'm trying to save. If you save your money and instead of saying, if you save your money and instead of saying, okay, well, I'm going to use this money when I'm done to buy gold, buy silver, buy land, buy things that appreciate in value, buy things that can make me more money, then, if you don't do that, then more than likely you're not getting rich from saving money. It's obvious. Sometimes people that say that you can't get rich from saving money are usually the people that save their money and just spend it on a whole bunch of stupid stuff. You can get rich from saving money, you just can't hold it in one place. You can get rich from saving money, you just can't hold it in one place. If you go and you say, okay, I'm saving my money, when I'm done saving my money, I'm going to invest this money, I'm going to invest this money into stocks, I'm going to invest this money into my business, I'm going to invest this money into commodities, gold, silver, water, things of that nature, things that can make me more money or things that can keep me stable, then obviously you're not going to get rich from saving. And it's not just about the money aspect, it's not just about the financial aspect of things, it's about the mindset aspect of things. Because you got to think about it, right? You're saving because when you get to a certain point of your money, right? Like you start feeling it starts feeling good. You're like, okay, I got some money. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at it, playing around with it, flexing it, all of that stuff, right? Making videos with it, taking pictures with it, stuff like that. And if you're really smart about your money, you start thinking, you're like, I like this feeling that I get from this money. So I want to continue to saving again. I want to continue to save, and I want to do this again, or I want to do this again. And you start getting that feeling. You're like, oh, this feels good. You know what I'm saying? I got a few dollars. I got a little freedom. I could buy. When I'm done saving, you know what I'm saying? I could buy what I want. But what you do with your money is very important. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to my original point, but what you do with your money is also important. You're not gonna get rich going and spending your money on, I'm gonna be honest, bro, not gonna get your money spending your money on vapes, not gonna get no money spending your money on clothes, shoes, whole bunch of stupid stuff, buying a whole bunch of expensive dinner. Now, one time after you're done saving, cool. You know what I'm saying? It may not be smart to go to Ruth Chris depending on how much money you're making, or a steakhouse, but it's, one time, eating out, out of, the whole time you were saving is cool, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's a little something, just to reward yourself. But if you're spending it on a whole bunch of stupid stuff, whether or not you save money is not going to matter. Now, here's where it comes into the mindset aspect of things. It builds your resilience. It builds your resilience. Your ability to turn down going out. Your ability to turn down spending your money on unnecessary things, the ability to, you know what I'm saying, be resilient to what you're spending your money on, like, you know, just the ability to be resilient to what you spend your money on. It's as simple as that. Just the ability to be resilient to what you spend your money on, or the ability to be obedient with what you have. The ability to be obedient with what you have. That teaches you patience, that teaches you time, and that also teaches you that after a certain amount of time you will start to see a result. If you do things, so it's as simple as this, right? If you do things for a good amount of time, you'll start to see results. It's as simple as that. If you do things for a certain amount of time and you do them the right way, you'll start to see results. You'll start to see results. Sometimes y'all are looking for results really easy. Sometimes y'all think results mean, okay, well, I'm getting something out of whatever. Sometimes your result is the fact that you started. Sometimes that's your result. Sometimes you started is your result. Sometimes the fact that you did something is your result. Sometimes the fact that you did something new is your result. Not necessarily that you got to your goal, just that you did something new is your result. Now, that doesn't mean to stop there. That means, okay, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a little bit of a push, like, you know, like in your mind, like, you know, I got this. I got this. Right? That feeling that you get just from the fact that you started is the same feeling you get, you know, when you're actually, like, you know, consistent with it. You know, when you're not finished, but you're just consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? That feeling that you get when you start, or when you start to see a result, is also the feeling that you get when it's all over. When you're done saving, you know, at least for that time period, and you feel good. Your relationship with God in your life, with your relationship with God in your life, you have to develop yourself. Development is very important. Development is very important because development takes patience. And with a saving build, patience. No impulse buys, no impulse spends, because guess what you're trying to do? You're trying to save money. And if you do end up having to buy something, you're careful and you're cautious and you're cautioned before spending your money on certain things. So you're being smart with how you're spending your money, how much money you're spending, and just things of that nature. That takes patience, that takes time, and so does development of your character and your body. Your relationship with God takes patience, and that teaches you something. What does that thing teach you? It teaches you that being patient is okay. It's not going to take anything off of you to wait. It's not going to take anything off of you to continue to build. It's not going to take anything off of you to just calm down. It's not going to take anything off of you to just flow. Just not spending any money on this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It builds it just helps you to build your character. Build your routine, build your mind. That's what it helps with. That's what saving money helps with. If you do it the right way, yes. You start off, you know what I'm saying, depending on the situation, you got a paycheck, you go to Dollar Tree, go to Dollar General, go, you know what I'm saying, get a few food products for cheap, $1, whatever, and, you know, just stack up. Stack up, stack up, stack up. Go to Costco, get bulk orders, stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up. Get a few groceries, ramen noodles, and all of that stuff. Because I know people use it. I don't eat ramen noodles. I just say it because I know that a lot of people eat ramen noodles and stuff like that. So, my thing is, this is just my overall. Saving builds your resilience. Stops you from, impulsively thinking. It's as simple as that. It stops you from impulsively thinking and acting. Impulsively thinking and acting. In any situation. That's what you get from it. So no, saving is not just about financials. It's about building your mindset, developing your character, developing your relationship with God. Because if you use the same resilience you've had to save with your relationship with God, you're going to get far. If you want to do that, though, it's about what you want to do. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to take some time off, you know what I'm saying? If you're not willing to be patient, because God is over money. You're not willing to build your relationship with God. You can get the money, but it's not going to mean nothing. Because you're going to start to realize, you're like, damn, I just spent $56 on Uber Eats. I just spent $30-something on Uber Eats. I just spent $28 on Uber Eats, $22 on Uber Eats, $17 on Uber Eats. And you start to realize, you start to be so cautious with how you spend your money. And that's how, if you do it right, you start treating your life. You start to be cautious with all the decisions you make. If you do it right, if you just do it for the money and you don't learn anything from it, then it's like, helps you to keep your relationships. Helps you to build better relationships. Helps you to not be the type of person that's like, oh, I need the money now. I gotta do anything to get the money. Anything to get the money. Because when you get to a certain point, you're like, hold up. I didn't need to rush this. I got this in 9 months, 3 months from working a job, from washing cars, from cutting lawns, from cleaning windows, from cleaning trash cans, from bottles and cans, from recycling, that's what bottles and cans, from recycling. I got money from this. I got this, the amount of money I made in 3 to 9 months. I just put money away. And I did this. Yes, you're capable. I did this. Damn, I did this in 3 months. Yes. I'm gonna start doing this more often. Yes, you should. And you should also use that for your life. Use everything you learn from saving for your life. Damn, I made $3,000 in 3 months. That's $3,000 I would have spent. I wouldn't have had this. Yes. Use that for your life. Use that for your relationship with God. And see how far you really get. You think you got far saving? Yeah, let's see how far you get from 3 months of just focusing on God. 3 months of just focusing on God. 3 months of just developing your mind. 3 months of just developing your physique, bettering yourself, changing how you eat. Let's see what happens after that. And then you start to notice the change. You're like, oh, 3 months, and I just did that. 3 months, and look at me, 3 months. Look at all this money, 3 months. Look at all these blessings, 3 months. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes it takes longer. But are you willing to take the long route? You gotta ask that question. Because the long route is definitely gonna be better than the short route. But you gotta decide. You gotta make a decision on what's better for you. It's as simple as that. So yes, save your money, but also use the lessons that you learn from saving money for your overall life. The patience that you got, the resilience that you got, use that to fight ungodly temptations. use that to say no to smoking. Use that to say no to drugs. Use that to say no to drinking. Use that to just say no to the things that you know are not helping you, that are not helping you to become a better you. It's as simple as that. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube comments are open. I also have an Instagram. I could put that in the description, and y'all could DM me. Just let me know what you're DMing me for before, you know what I'm saying, follow me, because, you know, I don't want to remove you as a follower, depending on, you know, how your account looks or whatever. If it looks fraudulent or whatever, I don't want to just remove you. You know what I'm saying? So just DM me. You know, any comments, questions, concerns, want to learn how to save money, want to learn how to make money, need any advice, you know what I'm saying? If you're willing to spend money to make money, then, you know, that's, you know, text me about that too. Anything, you know what I'm saying? So just let me know. I'll see you guys in another video, you know what I'm saying? Have a blessed day.